should step in. Obviously, this is totally unprecedented, and it's dangerous to our system. I think that the justices on the court, I know many of them personally, I think they're deeply concerned about that as we are. So I think they'll set this straight, but it's going to take a while.
What could that actually entail?
So the Supreme Court can't and won't, quote, step in. They're not just going to step in now at this point. If we are to get to the Supreme Court, we are several steps away from that, and it's not certain they would take it. So let's just walk through real quickly the structure here. Donald Trump was just convicted in the New York State Trial Court, which maybe somewhat confusingly is called the New York Supreme Court. That's the bottom layer you see here. He has an automatic right to appeal to the middle layer, the New York Appellate Division. If he loses there, he can then ask the top court in the state of New York, which is called the New York Court of Appeals, to take the case. They don't have to. When he's done with his New York appeals, then he can ask, and only then can he ask, the U.S. Supreme Court to take the case. And they don't have to take any case either. It's up to them. They take a very small minority, mid to low single digits of all cases presented to them. So maybe it ends up at the Supreme Court, but we are a long way away from that.
Can I ask, when did the House Speaker become a spokesman for the Supreme Court? I mean, he said he's spoken to people on the Supreme Court. I'm just wondering, what kind of conversations was he having with people on the Supreme Court who've got to decide the question of presidential immunity about what occurred in this state court? I mean, it seems completely inappropriate.
Well, I think he needs to be very careful there. We have separate branches of government. There should not be any substantive conversation of potential cases at all.
Yeah.
Bill, do you think it's at all realistic that all of this could wind up before the U.S. Supreme Court?
I really don't. I think Ellie's graphic and his explanation are right on point. And unlike other cases, the former president is facing January 6 related issues of presidential documents and classified documents, immunity issues, which are all ripe for federal review. This is a New York State Class E felony about records keeping. I mean, it's the lowest. It's really a misdemeanor on steroids, but it is in fact a felony. This is a matter that is going to be resolved inside the state of New York. And I don't see a compelling federal issue that would interest the U.S. Supreme Court into granting certiorari. I don't see it.
Karen, as you